your snapshot doesn't work. Even if it does work, how does that make sense? Well, let's look at the normal pipeline, like a simple one with 3 stages. We might have an opt-in, we might have a discovery call, and then a sale happens. In this magical journey that we have just constructed, it works perfectly. Well, a little too perfectly, because in the real world, things happen. There's so many situations that your users are going to face, and a single workflow for your opt-in, or a single workflow just to get someone booked, or a single follow-up message for a sales page. Like, what happens on that sales call if there's a no-show or a cancellation, or if the salesperson has a midlife crisis and wants to take the day off to go and play some duck hunt? I'm sure that's a normal day-to-day thing. The problem here is that the usefulness of your snapshot is not how does the snapshot do when everything is perfect. The value of your snapshot is how does it perform when things go wrong, when the realities of the day-to-day life is bearing on your shoulders, like you've just won the World Cup in soccer. I know sports. Yes. You see, people are buying your snapshot because they don't know how to fill out all those details and make it all technically work. They're trying to save a lot of time. So if they're buying a snapshot that doesn't have all these details and it still requires them to have to do a lot of building, well, that's really super lame. But doesn't the 80-20 rule work here? Like, we should be focusing on 80% of the most valuable people, right? If a business has even just 10 interactions a day, if you only have 80% coverage, then that means you're going to have multiple errors or issues with your snapshot every single day. And while 80% of the time your snapshot works just great, your clients are going to really feel that 20% because they're feeling the time lost that wasn't already figured out. In the high-level world, all the simple stuff is pretty easy to do. Anybody can build that. But the really hard part, aka the thing that everybody's paying you for, the hard part is getting all those little tiny details all ironed out, because the easy part was just the build. But if someone's paying for you to build them a snapshot, if that snapshot then has to be built or customized, then the snapshot that you built is not really well built now, is it? So avoid all these rookie mistakes. Take your time before you start building to map out exactly what that user journey is, and then ask a lot of questions at every step of the way. Ask, what has to happen here for this step to work? What other things could happen at this step? And how could this all go wrong? The better that you are at asking these sorts of questions and then figuring out ways to account for them and make the whole system work together, that's what's going to allow you to charge more for your snapshots or more for your sub accounts. And that's what we're all here for, folks. It's unadulterated, pure vegan capitalism, just like Adam Smith would have wanted. Is it John Smith or was it Adam Smith? I can't remember. So today, let's imagine what our snapshots could be when they're unburdened by what has been. And let's make our snapshots great again. I've run out of space. My chair doesn't turn. Wait, before you go. Building a big snapshot is a big endeavor. You should start small and not feel the need to get everything. But the problem is that if you start small, it's really hard to upgrade your snapshots from version 1 to version 2. Things get complicated. You got to manage how you're overwriting things, and trying to figure out which parts are working and which parts need to go gets really confusing. So I built the Snapshot Manager Pro to fix all those scaling issues. So you can start really small and really simply and log all of the improvements that need to happen so you can iterate over time and roll out your snapshot improvements version after version without creating a big, complicated mess for all of your users. So give that guy a check out and keep enjoying the cheesy music.